To do a quick high-level overview of the influence marketing platform. As you can see, I'm showing it to you within Dynamics 365. So we have a native integration with Dynamics 365. Everything we have done at Influence with regards to our platform and this integration is built with the marketer in mind. So we are marketers ourselves. We have a digital agency. We built this from the brain of a marketer. So it's super intuitive and easy to use, and hopefully that will come across as I walk through this. The first step is we have an integration that's super easy to set up. We integrate with the Microsoft Dataverse. So you just click on this, and this is how you start mapping your fields from Dynamics 365 into Influence. And it's a two-way sync. So once you map the fields, it will start mapping bi-directionally. So everything that you map, from your CRM into Influence and vice versa will go back and forth between the two systems. So as you can see here, we have this field mapping, and this is where you start mapping fields within Influence. So you would select the field within the Dataverse, and then you match it to the field within Influence, and then those two pages will sync, or those two entities will sync back and forth. So we allow you to, sync up to 250 custom fields outside of the regular fields. So if you have custom fields, you can bring those into Influence as well. It's a matter of checking boxes within the integration. So you can map fields, you can map activity setting sync. So if somebody is engaging with your content, that will show up both in Influence and the CRM. You can map leads and contacts as well. And it's as simple as hitting map new entity. It will walk you through the entities that you're wanting to sync. Once you hit save, it's kind of set it and forget it. As you can see within Microsoft 365, everything that your team would normally see shows up here. And I'm just going to go into a contact so that you can see once your entities are mapped and you start the data flow between the two products. If you click on a contact, it will show you all the activity within the influence marketing platform. So as your sales rep, they don't have to go into and log into the influence platform separately. They can come in here and see all of the activities that have gone on. So in this case, Alan Rapp, this contact, has received several emails. They've visited landing pages within Influence. And so you can go through and see what's going on here without ever having to log out of the Dynamics environment. I'm going to click back on Influence. So this is how you would access the platform within Dynamics 365. What you're seeing here is what I refer to as our dashboard, and this is kind of a high-level summary of everything you have going on within the platform. So you have your journey stage reporting. We pull all of that in based on custom fields. So anywhere you see this custom field, those are custom fields that you're creating based on your custom fields within Dynamics 365. So you'll see here high level how many contacts you have in each stage. And then as I'll get to in a few minutes here, you can then build campaigns around those journey stages. Scrolling down, it's just going to give you a high-level overview of your audience. So emails that have gone out. If you're doing SMS, that will be captured here as well. And then we pull in the social data as well. So you can build and deploy social campaigns right from our platform. And then scrolling down as well, if you're pulling in and creating contact scores, you can see the contact scores within Influence as well, which makes it helpful for sales reps as they're engaging with prospects and customers. There's two main ways to build a campaign within the Influence platform. The first way is the calendar, and I'm going to click on this. And this is really good for a point-in-time event. So if you're planning a webinar or you're attending a conference or you're having a happy hour, whatever it may be, this is a good way to build a campaign. And everything within our platform is drag and drop. You would start by pulling out the event. So say you're going to have an event on June 30th. You would just give it a title. I'm going to call it June Happy Hour. You can give it a description, a start date and time if you want, and then you can assign campaigns. I'm just going to hit save here. So now I have the date of my event, and then you can start dragging and dropping any elements that you want around this particular campaign. So most likely you're going to want to send an email. So you would drag that out onto the calendar, and our email builder is going to pop up right on top of the calendar. So you never have to leave the calendar page. I'm going to create a new email. You can select a template. One of the great things about Influence, when we onboard a new customer, we set up and create one custom template for them that's fully branded. So we'll enter your hex colors, we'll build a template that you can just keep using over and over again. You're going to give it a title, June Happy Hour, and then a date that you want it to go out and the specific time. We'll hit save and edit. And then this will bring up our email builder. So all of our builders will give you a little ticker across the top that walk you through the process. Again, making it super easy. So we've already selected our template, so that's check done. Now we're in the compose phase. So you will give your email a subject line. Anywhere you see these brackets here is where you can pull in custom fields and content. So if you want to use first name in the subject line, if you have a product, whatever entity you've mapped, you can pull in as a custom data point within here. Then you can use a custom from name. So if you have a sales rep, if you're inviting prospects and customers to an event, you can use the sales rep's name and from address to send that message out to your audience. Any pre-header text can be customized as well. So you would fill all of this out, and then it takes you down to your email builder. Anywhere within the platform that you're creating content, we have a ChatGPT integration. So you can go in here, select the tone and style, write the message, and it's going to provide you back with some content. Like I always say when I'm showing this, you need to check it for voice and brand. It's not a perfect science with ChatGPT, as everyone knows, but a great way to get the creative juices flowing and help you build out content. So just like the calendar view, everything within our email builder is drag and drop. So you can easily pull in content blocks. You can see here we selected a template. You pull in content blocks and just drag and drop them into the email. And that way, from here, you're kind of building the body of your email and you'll pull in the content based on that. You can see down below, we have some custom fields already pulled into the footer, so you can customize what that looks like. And then you'll go into the content, and this is where you will start building out the content. So you obviously can pull in text, images, buttons, dividers. We have an integration with Nifty Images. So if you wanted to do a countdown timer to your happy hour, you can include that here as well. And then any custom HTML is in here as well. And again, it's all just drag and drop. If you want to include your social links, those are drag and drop as well. And then your library, this is where you can store information. If you're going to use content over and over again, you would just save it to your library. So it's there and accessible for you each time. That's our email builder. And then from here, you're going to go into preview and test. I'm just going to save these changes. So it's going to show you a preview. It's going to walk you through, we haven't gotten to delivery, so it's pending confirmation. You can do a preview of your email based on the contact. So if if I'm sending this to Monica, I can preview what that message would look like for her, and you would just select your contact. And then you can also send proof emails to either a test group or a specific person within the platform. And then scrolling down, it will show you what that message looks like based on how you built it. We also have a pre-flight, and this will send out your message to a bunch of different rendering engines. So basically everything, and I'll go in and show you this in a different email where it's actually built out, but it's sending to mobile devices, to AOL, Outlook, Gmail, so you can see what your message looks like before it actually goes out. And if there's anything broken, you can go in and change it. And then we also do a spam filter check on that as well. I'm going to go into an email that is already built to show you this so that you can see what it actually looks like. And again, this will just let you know if your message is broken, then you or your designer can go in and change the HTML if it needs to. You can see the images start coming back very quickly. And you can click on these to see the larger view. If it's on a mobile device, it's going to show you exactly what it looks like on that particular mobile device. And then the spam filter check will let you know, we check always for authentication to make sure your DKIM and SPF are set up appropriately. And then we'll run it through a variety of desktop and web-based spam filters to let you know if you're passing or failing those particular filters. It's not going to ever give you the exact reason. Obviously, that would defeat the purpose of the spam filter, but it will, if you fail the filter, it will give you a few warnings so you can tweak and make changes to make sure you're passing those filters before your email actually goes out. The next way to build a campaign within Influence is our workflows. And this is where you can really start to get creative with building campaigns around the customer journey. So if you want to build a campaign for those that are in the awareness phase versus consideration, you can build automated workflows based on that to send out campaigns that are specific to them. And so I'm just going to click on this new customer onboarding workflow to show you what it looks like. So just like everything else in Influence, our workflow builder is a drag and drop, and I'm just going to hit edit published so that you can see. So in this particular case, we're starting with a group. You can also start with a landing page. So if you've created a landing page for your happy hour in June, people are signing up there, you can pull in subscribers based on that particular landing page. In this case, we did it on a specific group. And again, you can add context to the groups through the integration with Dynamics 365. So we pulled a group out, we connected it to an email. So this email is going to go out. You can click on the email from here and it will show you, again, here's the preview and test. The next step is the recipients. So you would select who you're sending the message to. Delivery options, this allows you to set a time that you want the email to go out. If you want, to set a daily schedule for this workflow, you can do that as well. And then if you want to have approvals and have somebody approve the message before it actually goes out, you can turn that on. You can also turn it off. And then the last step would be send. So again, we're right in the email builder on this particular workflow. Once I hit close, it's going to take me right back to the workflow I was working in, so you don't have to backtrack and figure out where you were. We do have the ability to add delays. So if you want to, you'll send the first email and then 3 days later, your customer is going to get another email from an onboarding perspective and so on and so forth. So we build in delays. And then we also have decision criteria. So if the customer has not engaged with the contact, we're going to take them down a separate track. If they have engaged with the email, we'll take them down a separate track. So these can get pretty complex and sophisticated based on what you're trying to accomplish with your workflow. We do have the ability to build, as I mentioned, landing pages. The landing page builder looks very similar to the email builder in that it's going to have the ticker across the top to walk you through each step within the process. You can select a template. You can use our drag and drop editor, which looks just like the email builder, or you can pull in your full HTML from your particular page. And I'll just click on the drag and drop for this particular one so that you can see what it looks like. So in this case, this is a landing page. Again, just like the email builder, you'll give it a title and a description. If you want to have a default URL, you can, or you can do a custom URL. And then this is where you can pull in information. So in this case, we're asking them from the landing page to register for a webinar. And you can see here we have conditional content. So if the customer is in awareness, give them this messaging. If they're in consideration, give them this messaging. So that way the customer feels like, wow, they actually know me. And it's a really personalized experience when they're signing up for your particular event. And just like the email builder, you can see here, our builder is all drag and drop. So you would just pull those content blocks out onto the page and your landing page will be created. We also offer surveys, forms, content blocks. We have QR codes. If you're going to an event, you can use QR codes as well. And then, as I mentioned, the contacts are syncing from your CRM integration. So that's a bilateral sync. So if you make a change to a contact within Influence, it will automatically sync it back to Dynamics 365 and vice versa.